Hey, what's happening to you guys? Pyros here and welcome back to another video. It's been a while since we've made a video, but I kind of want to talk about what I have been seeing going on in the game space so far. So as you guys know, let's start off with the major one. So I believe on February 10th, Harry Potter, or more precisely known as Hogwarts Legacy, will be dropping, and many people have pre-ordered the game. You know, they're very excited. It's been a while since we've gotten something of this caliber when it comes to a Harry Potter game, and people are very much excited for it. Now, of course, you've had people who've been virtue signaling. Now, virtue signaling is not the word I want to use, but it is the one that will have you kind of picture where I'm going with this. Essentially, you have people from LGBTQ ally to actual trans people asking the gaming community not to purchase the game, you know, because of their moral obligation to support the LGBTQ ally. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm just going to put it bluntly because I'm really tired of trying to mince my words here. I hope that the trans community or the LGBTQ community or the LGBTQ ally community are starting to realize that people just don't want to be told what to do. Nobody likes to be told what to do, what to support, what not to support. And it's gotten to a boiling point now where people will publicly spite them as much as they possibly can without overtly coming out as, I know, transphobic or homophobic. So by buying Hogwarts Legacy, it's their way. The people feel like it's their way to finally tell these people to shut the fuck up and we just don't care anymore. Look, if you don't want to purchase Hogwarts Legacy because of what you feel J.K. Rowling has said in the past, that's perfectly fine. I don't think no one has actually got mad at people for wanting to not purchase the game. I think people are saying to themselves, you know what, I understand your moral obligations of how you feel about J.K. Rowling's words has led to you not purchasing the game. Perfectly fine, understandable. But when you try to force people and to tell people, here, listen, these are my moral opinions, these are my virtues that I carry, and now I'm gonna embed these, these virtues and these morals upon you. And if you don't do it, you don't know that you're harming people, you're hurting people, the trans community, and all that stuff. The reality is, no trans is being hurt by purchasing Hogwarts Legacy. It is the most over-exaggerated shit that I have ever seen online. The discourse behind this is absolutely crazy. No one is being hurt by the purchase of this game. Honestly, you don't agree with J.K. Rowling, that's perfectly fine. But here's something that I don't think you guys understand. We live in a very complex world. This world is multifaceted. People come from all walks of life and they have opinions. Certain opinions are dangerous, I can agree with this. And certain opinions are just mild. Certain opinions are cultural based. Certain opinions are religious based. Certain opinions are just opinions. And unfortunately, not all people will be able to agree with you, essentially. And so, the same way you feel like you cannot agree with J.K. Rowling's opinion, I'm going to tell you this, there are people who actually agree with J.K. Rowling and see nothing wrong with what she said. You need to come to terms with that. So if you're going to make that moral choice to not purchase the game, you have to sit back quietly and stop trying to fight this, because the more that you do, the more that your cause becomes annoying to some people. And that's the sad part about it, because think about this. This game, Hogwarts Legacy, it had some excitement behind it, but there were many people in the gaming community, for the most part, who were a little bit skeptical about the potential that this game will possess. You know, they had the usual concerns as to whether or not the game would live up to its expectations and things of that nature. A normal thing to have. But ever since you guys became more louder and more annoying to the point now you're saying that by purchasing Hogwarts Legacy, it's now a question of your character, guess what happened? It became top seller on Steam, top seller on Xbox, top seller on PlayStation. Why? A lot of these people who are purchasing this game probably won't even touch the game 2 months in. They have no interest in playing the game. They have no interest in losing the game. On playing the game. They are only buying it to spite you. Even if they know and they're fully aware that not a single cent is going to J.K. Rowling, they're still purchasing the game to spite you. And each and every single time you become louder and more annoying, the more it's going to entice people who already are fed up with being lectured to purchase the game. Okay? So here's a piece of advice. Just quiet down. In the last 2 weeks, just literally quiet down. Stop bitching. Stop complaining. Stop asking people not to buy the game. And I promise you, the interest for Hogwarts may in fact dwindle a little bit. People who bought the game in the heat of the moment may actually look back and go, you know what? I bought this game because I want to spite these annoying ass virtue signaling people. But in reality, do I even have time to play the game? Do I even have time? Do I even have the money? We're in a recession. I mean, do I really want to spend this extra money just to spite these people? And I haven't even heard much about them anyways. They haven't spoken in the last 2 weeks. I might actually return the game. Yeah, you might be lucky. It's obviously not going to happen, but you might be lucky if that does happen. But yeah, it's just gotten frustrating. It's gotten ridiculous. I think people need to just stop it. Many people are going to purchase the game because a lot of people are fan of the Harry Potter franchise. They've been wishing for a game like this for almost 20 years. It's finally going to happen. And if you really think that people are just going to not purchase the game, even if after the developers have come out and said that they don't even agree with J.K. Rowling, the voice actors have also come out, the voice actors in the game have also come out and said they don't agree with J.K. Rowling. Everybody has come out and said they don't agree with J.K. Rowling's opinion, and yet they still work on the game. So there's even a bit of a hypocrisy in that shit. Because here's the thing, if the voice actors, you know what, I'm not even going to go into that, that's just pointless discussion. Point is, people are making the game because they enjoy the world of Harry Potter, right? And they have shown that they can separate the art from the creator, or the art from the artist. That's the reality of it. Not everyone will agree with the people's opinion. It's just what it is. But you know, the more annoying you are about it, the more people will push back. So that's my opinion on the whole Hogwarts Legacy. It's going to be the most sold game because of you guys. And if this is a marketing ploy by Avalanche Studio, then honestly they've done an exceptional job in marketing our emotions into this whole thing. Which, well, ethically, I don't know if it's right or wrong, but whatever. Now there's another game that I wanted to talk about, which also now touches politics because I'm getting sick and tired of this shit. We're talking about Forspoken. Now, when Forspoken was first revealed, the first initial trailer, it looked pretty good. It looked like a really impressive, magical experience, right? But as the game began to show itself more and more through gameplay and through first impressions and through all of that stuff, the game became less and less impressive looking. Now, you know, now the game has come out, or at least the reviews have come out, you know, the game has gotten I believe, a Metacritic score of 68 the last time I saw it, so it's not that bad, let's be honest, really. It's above average, so, but I don't know why people were expecting this game to hit like an 80 or a 90, no, like, it seems like it's going to be a decent game, you know. Not every game that I've played that I've enjoyed has been a 90 or above. There's been some games that I've really enjoyed and they've hit, you know, Metacritic of 70s or 60s. However, I'm seeing a rhetoric about this game, about why it's been receiving some poor scores or why it's been harshly criticized. Let's keep this in mind. This game was already harshly criticized after the first gameplay reveal was shown. It looked like a tech demo. Many people called it out and said that it looked like a tech demo. Had some, you know, frame rate issues when it was first revealed. Like, there was a lot of issues that people have identified with the game, and they were giving feedback to obviously Square Enix to try and get that game back up to shape, because as it was looking right now, it was going to have a very rough launch. And then when you look at the specs needed to actually play the game, some even saying that the specs for this game has touched crisis level specs. Yeah, you know there was an issue with that. But now I'm starting to see a lot of people coming to defense of this game, and the way that they're coming into defense for this game is now touching some form of emotional argument, or even saying some things that I don't want to say it's political, but we live in a very politically tense society right now, so I'm just going to say it like that. One of the many arguments that they're making is that because the main lead for Forspoken is a black woman, people are being harshly criticizing the game because of it. The second thing about this, well, that's pretty much it. It's because it's, you know, one, she's a female, and two, she's a black female. People feel like, listen, any other game and you would have gotten a pass. And, you know, to some extent, I would say, yeah, in terms of the cringy lines, it is true. I mean, if you've played Kingdom Hearts, most of the lines are fucking cringy. They're cringy, but then again, I suppose you can't really compare the two, because one reason, Kingdom Hearts is a cartoonish, like, you know, environment, so people expect there to be some forms of cringy lines, whereas Forspoken, because it's humanoid and the models look human, people expect the dialogue to match the reality that we live in now. I don't know. Most of the criticism that I've seen about Forspoken has been two things: the cringy lines and the quality overall of the game itself. And that's why it got the low score that it did. Now, this is another thing that I want to touch on, because a lot of people brought on the fact that, you know, this game is getting harshly criticized because, you know, the main character is a black female lead. Now, let's be honest with you here. Let's be real honest with you. This is why I feel like, and I'm going to say it, why I feel A, women are not ready for diversity that they're asking for, and B, I don't know if black people were complaining about this, but if there were black people complaining about this, which I will assume there is a little bit, black people are not ready for the diversity that they're asking for. Because instead of objectively looking at the game and seeing it for the actual, you know, not unpolished game that it is, they would rather hide behind the fact that, hey, look, you know, it's because she's a black female lead, that's why people are harshly criticizing the game, and that's why, you know, it's gotten the metascore that it is, because the gaming industry is racist and misogynist. And it's like, listen to me, because of this types of mentality, this is probably why a lot of studios are afraid to even touch female characters or black characters anytime soon, because it's like, we have games coming out right now. There's another game that was revealed alongside, I believe, Forspoken at the time. Or was it a year or two after? I'm not too sure. And the game is called Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. It features a predominantly black woman. The gameplay looked pretty good. No one complained about it being, you know, oh look, there's a black woman there, let's complain about it. No. People were excited, people were interested, and people just kept it like, okay, it looks pretty cool, I might check it out if it comes out. Forspoken is not being criticized because there's a black female lead, or, you know, it's because it's a woman being the lead or whatever. It's being criticized because it just looks really bad. It looked not bad. Okay, let me rephrase that. It doesn't look like a 9 out of 10 game. It looks exactly what it is: a 6 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10 game, depending on who you ask. Now, I have to say that there are people who are playing the game right now, and they are enjoying what they're seeing. There's a good amount of people who are playing the game, and they're saying the game is relatively fun. Not all dialogues are cringy, some of them are pretty good. However, it's gotten to the same point like Hogwarts Legacy, where people are purchasing this game to spite the so-called people who don't like women, black people, or PlayStation. Like, people are now buying this game, oh my god, just for political nonsense. So you see, it can go both ways. You'll have people who are buying this game to spite the LGBTQ and trans community and the annoying virtue signaling that comes from that side, aka, you know, Hogwarts Legacy. And then you'll have people who'll buy games like Forspoken to spite, you know, people who are hateful towards women, black people, or allegedly, because there's no proof of that just yet. I mean, I haven't seen it, to be honest, really. So both spectrum of the political aisle are just fucking retarded. No one is buying games for whether the quality of the game itself. Like, if you look between Hogwarts Legacy and Forspoken, obviously most people will choose Hogwarts Legacy because it looks like a generally more polished game, and it has the environment, and the open world vibe feels like it's filled with more stuff to do than something like Forspoken. I will say that the only unfounded criticism that I see for Forspoken, it is the cringy lines. I feel like people are just choosing and nitpicking the cringiest lines that they can find in the game, and they're going, look, the entire game is like this. But then they'll have no problem playing games like Kingdom Hearts or something like Dead or Alive or any of these games that have genuinely corny lines and people will praise for it. What there are games that have cringe lines. I just can't think of it right now. Listen, people make this political because now I'm just seeing now that the Polygon writer has said that Forspoken, is mad at Forspoken for not making the black female black enough. I don't know. It's all getting stupid now at this point. It's ridiculous. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. For me, I feel like I said, Forspoken is a simple 6 out of 10 game. It doesn't mean it's bad. A bad game for me, it's a game that goes on below 5 out of 10. I mean, are people stupid? Have they forgotten what an average score is supposed to be? An average score is 5 out of 10. So within 4 out of 10, 6 out of 10, that's average. If it goes below 4 out of 10, it's a bad game. Let's be real. But anyways, that's just my thoughts and opinion on it. Listen, just buy whatever it is that you want to buy. If you look at Forspoken and you think, hey, I see the score, but I think I could enjoy a game like this, go ahead and pick it up. If you have interest in Hogwarts Legacy and you really don't care about the opinions of J.K. Rowling or the virtue signaling or whatever, go ahead and purchase the game. At the end of the day, these things don't affect anyone. They are video games for you to play and enjoy, and that's that. Anyways, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.